Hello, everybody. I'm sure you got the sad news today that Pete from A Few Acres Farm is no longer going to be doing YouTube. And that's very sad to many of us. We felt a connection like him. I'm from upstate New York and grew up on the farm and always had that connection where he was out doing the livestock or the tractors or the machinery maintenance. And, some of us lived through that is a memory of our childhood, some of it just seeing what it's really like on the farm. But whatever, we always have to say thank you to Pete and his wife. You brought something to every one of us that where we felt connection, where you got people interested in farming again. I know I've tried every way you possibly could to make farming a living, and it's nearly impossible. I mean, I've grown beef cattle, replacement heifers, goats, chickens, pigs, rabbits, heritage turkeys. I've had show cattle, I've had everything, and no matter what some of these other YouTube channels state, it's nearly impossible to be a small farmer and make a living. Your expenses are high, and when people want to pay you, they don't want to pay you too much. It's a labor of love. And we're certainly going to miss seeing Pete do his labor of love. I mean, I saw the challenges, but I know the real challenges behind the scenes. The challenges of going out and finding one of your best cows dead in the field, or somebody stole something, or, there's every possible thing that can go wrong goes wrong on a farm. I've nearly killed myself so many times on tractors and machinery, and of course the weather's your friend when there's nothing to do, but the minute there's planting time or harvesting time, you swear the weather's out to get you. And, we all watch this, and Pete's good sense of humor, we all enjoyed that. And we're going to miss that. It's something that, we felt a connection to, maybe because of our past, maybe because something we dreamed of. I've had other friends just retire in the last 2 or 3 months, third, fourth generation dairy farmers, and that's the end. There's no generation after that. And it's sad. It's just impossible for the small farmer to make a living anymore. It's a labor of love, high risk, high input, low reward. But it was great seeing Pete come out and, show the love of the land, show the love of the livestock, show the love of the crops. And that's what somebody raised in the agricultural fields. When you go outside and, everybody from the city says, oh, manure stinks. When you smell manure, you like it. When you smell fresh cut hay, you love it. When you have to put, we used to put little bales up in the hayloft, and in the hayloft it would be 120 degrees. And you'd come out, you'd go up, and you'd come out 8 pounds lighter. But anyways, it was great run for Pete, 6 to 7 years, and I wish it could keep going. I really do. I know what it takes to put YouTube videos up, and I know what farming is all about, and he made it easy for us. I know it wasn't easy for him, but he made it easy for us to sit there and watch all his videos and know what he had to go through. It's tough when you raise a cow or beef animal, and between the feed and the processing, it's more than you can buy beef for at the store. It's just, you got to wonder how the economics of agriculture are figured out. When you go buy a new tractor now and you can't even repair it yourself because the dealers own all the rights to all the software because it's a computerized system. It's not like it used to be. But I used to run around upstate New York in the Mohawk Valley. We had farms in the river, Mohawk River, and we had farms, where Indians actually had settlements out hundreds of years before. You find arrowheads, and you'd go out in the forest and play, and it would be like wilderness. There was not a house or sound in sight. And those days are disappearing. The old farmers are disappearing. Used to be they'd be collecting tractors, old tractors like Pete has, or I have a bunch. You'll see in my other videos. And those those things are falling off the wayside. Less and less people want to do that anymore, have the space or the capacity to do that. And old antique tractors used to be a highly collectible thing, and now I've got some that are very, very rare, and there's just nobody that has a desire to maintain or restore them anymore. So it's a closing of an era, you know. It's the old. You take a ride in the countryside. You used to see the old barns, but they're disappearing. Every time you take a ride out, somebody's taking the old red barns down and using the lumber, reprocessing the beams, and it's just the changing of the guard. They used to say, if you want to have $1 million and be a farmer, start with two. Well, that's the way it is. But we're going to miss Pete. We're going to miss his wife. We're going to miss the weekly updates. And I hope whatever he does, he finds true happiness. And someday I hope to meet you and cross paths, and maybe at an old farm auction somewhere. Thank you, Pete. Thanks for your wife. And I hope you all the best.